go get the gong. It was across the room. Tree Stories used it last night. And sound bath. Good morning, Michael. How are you? I'm having a bit of a moment, so I may be very vulnerable today. I'm not getting sick now. I'm crying. Good morning. I love you too. Oh man. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, there's nothing wrong. I'm just having a moment. Just some awareness, you know. Some stuff's coming together. Pretty profoundly. Whew. Yeah. So I'm probably gonna be pretty vulnerable. I love y'all. You know, I was I guess this week I've been working on awareness, you know. I want to be aware, you know. I think we go through life and we lose awareness. Just because it's like mundane and repetitive, and we just feel like we're living the same day over and over. And so we kind of just dissociate, you know, we check out and we're not really aware. We're somewhere else. And I think that's normal. There's nothing, you know, it's just kind of normal. So, and I've been in an awareness that is so heavenly, you know. I've experienced it. I've been there, you know. I've been in that divine awareness where everything is God. And I've kept working to get back to that awareness. Let me get a tissue. Yeah, I can't read comments, so I'm sorry. I'm really vulnerable right now. I think we lose that awareness, you know. And I was like saying, make me aware, right? Make me aware. I mean, it was in the live yesterday. It was probably a theme yesterday. And this morning, I'm talking, you know, spirit, self, whatever, God, goddess, you know, the divine. And I said, make me aware of your presence, right? And then I said, I surrender my awareness to your presence. And that really moved me out of the way of the divine presence. And then I went to the coffee shop. And there was a sticky note that someone had written. I'm not even sure the barista was aware of it. But they stuck it on the back of the register there. And it said, something to the effect of, God has a plan for your life. You are so loved. And it had Psalm 23 on it. And the first thing, it was like, oh my God. You know, and then I stopped. And I looked at it and I thought, that's really an odd verse to put on a statement like that. And then it cracked open. Anyway, so I had a whole moment. And I'm still kind of having it. And so here we are. I'm going to try to do a session here. But, yeah. And Psalm 23, you know, is, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. I don't have it memorized. The Lord is my shepherd, that leadeth me beside still waters. And you know that beaver moon, we talked about it. Beaver. They build a dam because they don't like the sound of the rushing water. So the still waters, and you know a sheep won't drink running water. They want it still. It has to be calm. And the valley of the shadow of death is like the place of death, the place of the dead. And that's the graves inside of us, right? That's the places inside of us, those graves inside of us that we don't want to go to. We don't want to visit. We don't want to look at them. We don't want to see the bones. We don't want to hear the bones. We don't want to hear the cries of the bones. We don't want to hear. And it's like, but in those dark times, right? There's just something there that's so comforting in the midst of it. And I think I just kind of became aware of it. And, yeah. It's a lot more than that, but it's not possible for me to explain it. Because it has everything to do with my journey into that place, you know. I don't know. Maybe it's a coming out. Come forth, it's been 3 days. That's what it feels like. A stone rolled away. So good morning. How are you guys doing with this beaver moon? Yeah? God dang. So, yeah. Surrendering your awareness. Thank you for that. Surrender your awareness to the divine presence. And when you surrender this awareness to the divine presence, yeah, stone rolls away. So if you're new in here, welcome in. I'm BB. I'm this blubbering mess. It's a beautiful community. Welcome home. We always start these sessions off with the statement, I only allow that which is in harmony with my true being. I only allow that which is in harmony with my true being. And that's surrender. But we won't go into that. All right, and now we're going to connect to one another. Let's connect to the earth. Push your energy deep into the earth. Now deep into the core, the center of the earth. All right. All right, now let's connect to the collective consciousness, to the grid. That way all this beautiful energy and all these beautiful energetic codes that come to you also go through you to assist and to bring love and joy and peace to the earth and to the collective consciousness. to assist in this beautiful divine remembering that we're experiencing right now. Now, tell me where you're from, and let's light up this beautiful healing grid across the planet. Got on a white shirt again. Texas, Missouri, Pennsylvania, South Florida, Maryland, Mississippi, New Hampshire, Texas, Lemuria, hell yeah, Tennessee, Virginia, San Antonio, Texas, England. All right, thank y'all for the shares. Norway, hello, New Mexico, Michigan, Indiana, Georgia, the astral realm, yes, New York, Minnesota, Chicago, Scotland, Scottish Highlands, hello, Oklahoma, Illinois, Michigan, Utah, upstate New York. What's up, New York? I see you. Huh? Kansas. All right. Jamaica, hello. How are you doing? Oh my gosh, how are you in Jamaica? Illinois, Scotland. I want to go to Scotland too. France, hello. Manchester, UK. Hi, Sonia. It seems that we have a lot of anxiety and stress going on. What you stressing about? You know? North Carolina, hello. What's causing the stress, you know? Montreal, Canada, hello, Electra. How are you, love? Stress is lack of trust, right? We're not trusting ourselves. So I want to go back to what we were talking about, right? In the very beginning, as I was weeping. The little note that said, God has a plan for you and you are so loved, right? And we all know what I believe. I believe that we are the divine. We are God, our God self, our divine self, our highest, most source, right? Self, right? Has a plan and is guiding us. I only allow that which is in harmony with my true being, right? We have this plan. We come here, and this part of our consciousness, this part of our awareness is not fully conscious or aware of that plan. So we start to format a plan of our own because it makes us feel safe. And we start to move away from the divine plan. And so if we just surrender our awareness to the divine presence and trust, the stress melts away. I don't know how. I just know that it will, right? These are copper palm rings. I made a TikTok how to make them on my, it's pinned at the top. Yeah, trusting yourself. Trust yourself. Your highest, true, most divine self. When you're in that valley of the shadow of death, you know, you just say, I trust this. I trust it. And where it says, my cup runneth over. That word cup, it's of course chalice. Of course it's the cup. It's the chalice, which is us. But it also means owl. And what does an owl do? An owl can see in the dark. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, my sight overthrows that darkness to see. Right. Right. I will fear no evil. Because I see the fear is guiding me to my divine awareness. The presence, the awareness of the divine presence. Oh, good morning, Bonnie. I didn't see Bonnie come in. But I'm sure more shut. What feels heavy? You said you feel heavy. What you carrying? And why are you still carrying it? Your soul feels heavy. Have you looked at it and released the things that need to be released, right? You don't have to carry it. You don't have to relive it. You know, heaviness, like literally, is weighed by, I suppose, matter density, right? So the things that are heavy are the things that matter most in your awareness. So I would go in and ask, why is this so heavy? And why does it matter so much? What do I need to do to release it? Right? Because it's mattering, because it needs some attention. It needs some healing. It needs some love, maybe some forgiveness. It needs some, release. And why does it matter? And does it have to matter anymore? Sometimes things matter a lot to us. They're our weighted blanket because in some weird way it brings us comfort because it's so familiar. I've been carrying this weight around for lifetimes. I just know how to navigate it. I know how to be heavy. But what I don't know is how to fly. I don't remember how, because I'm tethered to this weight. I'm tethered to this matter. So deal with the matter so that it no longer matters, and fly. Release yourself from it. Right? It becomes your homeostasis, right? The heaviness, the sadness, the weight of stuff becomes your homeostasis, and then your subconscious is just giving you more of it because that's your normal. You're the only one that can change it. What are you freaked out about? You know, anxiety and excitement are the same feeling. And it all depends on expectancy, right? It's what you're expecting, is what you're calling it. You're expecting the other shoe to fall, or you're expecting to take off into flight. So it's just, but it's the same feeling, right? Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Yeah, let's talk about it. Let me see. Let me find my paper. Oh, dear. Oh, there it is. No. All right, so I don't have my paper, but I can still talk about it, okay? Fear and faith are the same thing, okay? Fear is the belief that something's going to harm you, and faith is the belief that something's going to help you. So I wrote that down one day because it never dawned on me that those two things were the same. And as I was meditating on it, I noticed the word belief is clearly giving me instructions. It's very clearly telling me to be, B-E, leaf, L-I-E-F. And so I've never noticed that before. And I know how important words are. So I need to look up leaf. I need to know what leaf means, L-I-E-F, because I want to follow the instructions sometimes, right? So I looked it up, and leaf, L-I-E-F, means love. That word belief literally means be love. Now, I used to be a pastor, so I was like, oh my God, what? So what you're telling me, Spirit, is fear is not a legitimate belief because perfect love casts out fear. And then I was like, okay, Spirit, so what you're telling me is fear is a liar and fear is my enemy. And Spirit said, no. Fear is not your enemy. Fear is your guide, showing you where you need love. This is why the angels always say, fear not, when they show up, because they come embodied in your biggest fear to guide you to your greatest strengths. What? So fear is your guide, your divine guide, showing you where to go, what to do, where to work, where to bring the love, right? So I was like, whoa, that's profound. That's life-changing. And Spirit said, well, you're missing the whole point. And I was like, really? Because that was a lot. And I said, there's more to this? Because if there's more to this teaching, you give it to me, I'll give it to everybody. And Spirit said, what is that word? And I said, be love. And Spirit said, what is love? And I said, God. And Spirit said, be God already. Surrender your awareness to the presence, to the divine presence. It's your beliefs that are creating your reality. But if you will be God, if you will surrender your awareness to the divine. Yea, though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you will fear no evil. Because you're aware of the divine plan. And so fear is the divine angels. And when you realize that, your fear immediately turns into excitement. Like, what's up, dude? What you here to show me? Where are you taking me? And you fly above it. You don't have to carry it. You don't have to be weighed down by it. Thank you for the dragon. We feel like we have to carry it around because we feel like we deserve it. Because we don't feel like we deserve the abundance that is our life, that is our inheritance, because of a belief that created the wrong reality for you. And the shame. That is not the truth. But your entire belief system was built on that foundation. And you have to deconstruct it by facing all the fears and all the beliefs and changing them. And when you change all of your beliefs, everything changes. And you've escaped the cave. And when you walk out of the cave and you see all the openness and light and abundance, it can be very scary. Because you don't know how to navigate that. So oftentimes, you run back into the cave and sit back down in the place of oppression. Because oppression has become your home. Your homeostasis. And you gotta break free from it. And you gotta experience some of the anxiety of new experience in order to build a new home. Just surrender your awareness to the presence of the divine. I am, let's Ram Dass. I am loving awareness. I am loving awareness. I am loving awareness. You go from loving the awareness to being the loving awareness, realizing Oh, I see you called a red jasper. I see you called an imposter page, Lindsay. I was like, it said blocked the red jasper. Wow, I love that you called them. I love that. Y'all be real careful. There's so many imposter pages. I'm working on my little blue check mark. Because we always ask for a sign of your sign. Yes, yes, yes. And we want a sign. We want a pretty sign. We want a pretty sign that we're being guided. We want a pretty sign that's a butterfly. And we want a pretty sign that's a feather that is nicely tucked on the ground there. That's really beautiful and divine. But what we don't want is the scary ass angel that walks up and says, "Fear not, boo." We don't want that sign. We run from that sign. We want the pretty feathers and butterflies. But those pretty signs keep you walking in circles, in the same circles in the cave. Not the angel that looks like a demon, right? Not the belief that we've held on to so long that it just is everything. Not that belief. We don't want to break it. We don't want to break beyond that belief, right? The boundaries of belief. Well, hi there. Right. Because we walk through the valley of the shadow of death. We have to. And what we normally do in the valley, instead of facing the death and breathing life into it, we run from it. Or we run through it just to get through it. Instead of working through it. And breathing life to the bones. Can these bones live? Will you allow them to? Or will you keep running from them, carrying them around? You're just going to get heavier and heavier. I love that I put a post-it note inside the coffee shop this morning. And I did it in a way that my ego would have judged and dismissed. But I let go of the judgment and surrendered my awareness. And y'all are watching me have a whole moment live on the TikTok. I love y'all. I'm not sad at all. I'm aware. It's beautiful. It's the merging of the waters, the baptism, becoming one with consciousness, with the divine consciousness. I love you too. The veil, right? The veil. It's the valley of bones. And you don't get beyond it. You go through it. And when all the bones are brought back to life, the veil is gone. And you merge. But you have to go into the grave. And sit with the bones. And hear the bones. And heal the bones. You can't avoid it. Ujua drashado tria corpo noso troco matosha shurbuko shadatra. I love y'all. Ooh, I love y'all very much. Did I ever tell you the story of the beaver stick? And the piece of art that I did, right? I did this piece of art over here that is like Moses's Kundalini awakening, right? So it's the staff with the triangles, right? And the first time I did it, I had this big beaver stick. It was like a big staff that was a beaver stick. It was chewed up by the beavers. You know, the beavers had chewed it up. It was part of a beaver dam. Came from the river. Shenandoah. And I made this art piece with it. And then I got my hands on some diamond willow. And I was like, I really want to change that staff. I want to take that beaver. I was like, I had to do it. I had to take it apart and change the staff on it from the beaver stick to the diamond willow. And so I did. And the beaver stick was just in my garage, which later on would become very significant. Anyway, so a man walks in and says, hey, you know the owl? And he, I make the tool out of it. And he says, do you have a beaver stick? And I was like, I do. And he said, you need to make a tool with it out of a beaver stick. And I was like, well, that's just weird. And I'm rambling right now, so I'm doing it. And I was walking down the road one day, and Spirit said, I want you to look at that staff. I want you to think about that for a moment. I want you to think about that for a moment. Because the staff represents the spine, right? The energetic highway. And you exchange the beaver stick for the diamond willow. And y'all know Moses is the fish, right? Found in the river in a willow basket. So it's just a fun little thing. We're always doing stuff. We're always doing stuff. We're not real sure why we're doing it. And then it all just starts to kind of come together and we see. And there's more to it, but I can't teach that because it's Akasha Nadi. So if you went to Akasha Nadi, it may be coming together a little bit for you. But if you didn't, you're like, this chick is nuts. And that's okay too. Go to Akasha Nadi, yeah. Go to Akasha Nadi. If you would like the rest of the story. Oh, yeah. I think we're going to do it in April. I'm working on it now. Y'all, I've been drinking that, speaking of coffee, I've been drinking that high flavanol cocoa. It's great, just so you know. I'm really enjoying it. Well, that would be cool, Rosebud. Pero solo dona que sería chato. I'm enjoying it. It's a little, oh yeah, sure. Bitter, but I put it in my coffee. Gives you a lot of real clear, clean energy, like clarity. Thank y'all for all the likes and the gifts and the patience with me today. Thank you for allowing me to be vulnerable. Thank y'all for listening to me. It's a username. Yeah, there's a lot of they block me, lady. Is it lady? I'm gonna make sure. Yeah, lady. They block me. I can't see the profiles, but I'm working on that blue check mark, so hopefully I'll get that in the next couple of weeks, and it won't be a problem anymore. I love you too. Thank you, Lori. Now I'm not a blubbering fool, so I can properly welcome the dragon. Thank you so much, Lori. Oh wow, I love that. Where am I from? That's a deep question. In this incarnation, I'm in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Thank you. That's my dragon's eye. And this is my dragon's eye. Yeah. Yeah. Right. And that way, if I have my check mark, when then they can be reported. Right. Because, yeah. You're in upstate New York. I love that city. Yep, it has been on your eye. The eye of Sophia. You get verified. You have to like send them like place like I've been on Showtime and like Viceland and in the news a lot. So there's a lot of like media that I've been in. You kind of have to, I don't know, and you have to send them all that and all the information, and so I did that. Which is weird to me, but have all my incarnations been human? I'm certain they haven't, but they can't be, like, because I'm incarnated in everything right now. So are you. So yeah. That may work, lady. I'm glad you came back, honey. Yeah. That means the assholes too. I mean, that's just the truth of it. I am that I am. Because we're listening. Hello, Ramona. How are you over in Germany? Absolutely. All right, guys. I'm going to go and probably get in the corner and be a blubbering idiot. I love that, Katie. I want you to tell me about that. I want to hear all about that. I love you too. Thank y'all. I'm good. I'm actually excellent. I'm probably better than I have been in a very long time. I'm aware of it. All right, let's go ahead and ground all that in. All that beautiful awareness into the collective. I love y'all very much. I love y'all. I hope you have a wonderful day. Be magical as duck. I surrender my awareness to your presence. I love you. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.